Hey, good morning, everybody. Well, it's Russ, and today is my dates are all weird because we have been shooting our coffee with Russ and Lisa, and actually, I'm using my phone for this one. You okay? Anyways, using my phone for this video because I don't feel like it warrants like firing up the big boy and doing a big production and everything. This is just you and me and giving you an update on where we're at. So today is October 20th, 2025. Let's talk about living in the United States really quick. So yes, Lisa and I are still in the United States, and thank you so much. I think people watched our video last time because it really stinks when people see you and they're like, oh, you're still here, and it's not by choice. At the same time, we want to acknowledge that God always has us exactly where we're supposed to be. Doesn't mean we always like it. That's the bottom line, right? But it is for us to accept it and to figure out like what our next step is. So Lisa and I, while we're here, I am going through Celebrate Recovery Leadership, and this is a leader's guide because we recognize that there's a major addiction issue in Scotland and in Inverness, and so we want to be ready for that. And so we're going through the leadership training for Celebrate Recovery. I did it years ago. Not a whole lot has changed. The materials have changed, the writing's changed, but the concept and everything that stands overall is the same. And that is that Jesus is the end all be all. Like, he is the higher power. That's the end of the story when it comes to Celebrate Recovery. A lot of the same principles still apply. Don't be alone. Don't let the enemy have a foothold, and you'll get through this. So that's some of the things we're doing right now in Celebrate Recovery. Lisa's still working full time. She is bringing home majority. Actually, she brings home our personal money, and then some of the ministry funds have to be used for our living expenses currently. But we're also saving money because we're going to need a big chunk of change when we get to Scotland for, in fact, we're going to need about $18,000 for all of our stuff. So long story short, yeah, we are still in the United States and doing some training. I'm meeting with some people this week on support raising. We're a little bit more than 86%. We've had a few people increase their giving and things like that. The fact is, we can live there. If we can get there, we can live there. But we really still can't do anything until the sale of our home. So many people have been asking, how's it going with your home because the market's in a slump. Yes, the market is in a slump. This week, we actually saw 3 different people come and see our home, which is great. One couple right away had a small family, and when they pulled up, I was like, I don't think it's a good fit. They were dressed to the nines, and Vero Lake Estates is very much a blue collar area. It can be a white collar area too, but where we live is kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And so I think that there's some people that want to live closer to the city center of Vero, and that's okay. We had another couple that came and saw it on Saturday, and they loved it. And then we had another couple who's in the military who's looking to transfer down to Vero Beach or retire or something, and they're looking at moving here too. They're looking to buy in 3 to 6 months, but we all know that can change if you really find something that you want. So okay, so that's the house, and the truth is, we've accepted the fact that again, wherever we are right now is exactly where God wants us to be. The question is what do we do with the time that God gives us in the meantime? And we've talked about this in a blog before. Lisa did a big blog on it herself. And the fact is, we're still teaching, coaching, training, and support raising. There's a reason God does everything. He's not a God of disorder. He's not a God of not having a plan, right? And so we're just trying to live in that will in the meantime. And again, we know and realize that we have a big financial obligation when we get there. So we're just trying to save as much money as we can so that when we get to Scotland, there's no surprises. The sale of our house is going to facilitate the purchase of our flat over there. And just, we've had some people ask us, like, why don't you move over there now and just rent? Well, that is a great question. There's two parts to that. One is, as an American in Inverness, it's extraordinarily difficult to rent a house, even if you have a visa. Even if you have a visa. And when they do, they want a long-term lease. Officially, a long-term lease is anything more than 6 months. Unofficially, what they're really telling you is that they want somebody for 3 to 8 years. And that's no joke. And so we are not willing to go over there and to throw people's money away, and also to skew our budget by close to $1,000 a month, because by purchasing a flat, we cut our housing expense in half, if not more. It would cost us about £1,200 to £1,500 a month, which is about $1,800 American to $2,100 American, as opposed to owning the flat that we're looking at. Our payment is like £560 or about $750 a month. So, and it puts us in city center. So trust me when I tell you there's a strategy to what we're doing. It is not easy. For those of you that know Lisa and I, we see something and we go. Like, this is not normal for us to sitting around. If you saw our house, it's kind of a facade. There's nothing in the cupboards, there's nothing in the cabinets, there's nothing in the closets except for luggage. We're living out of a suitcase. I put together this Misfit studio so we could do our podcast, but everything is portable and can literally be packed up in a matter of minutes and shipped or carried onto a plane. Probably shipped. But in the meantime, that's where we're at. Russ, we had a really good friend of ours call us this last week and wanted to just make sure if Lisa and I were doing okay. We want to assure everybody, first of all, Lisa and I, we're great. Our marriage is really good, if not great. I mean, I'm married to a wonderful woman, and she might say something different, but for me, life is so good, it's not even funny. And so, but that's a great question, and I love that somebody took the time to ask that question. How are you and Lisa doing? Like, forget the ministry, forget the support raising. How are you two doing? We're doing great. Finances are good. Communication's awesome. Intimacy is great. And intimacy means just spending time together, by the way. Don't misconstrue that and make it something it's not. My glasses are really dirty. I thought I had a thing up here. So that's great. It's just a matter of that we both want to be where God has called us to be. And we both have our days, man. We have like a week ago or 2 weeks ago Monday, Lisa came home and she was just done. She was like, let's just sell everything and go right now. And which is what we're doing anyway, but it's easier said than done in so many ways. And then I was up that day, or I was melancholy actually that day, just kind of like, okay, I'm here, whatever. And then the next day I was like, I got to make this a better day for Lisa, and I made her a really nice home cooked meal, all from scratch. And then she had made mention on Monday that it felt like Groundhog Day to her. So on Tuesday night when she got home, we watched Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. And it's not a movie we recommend everybody, but it was just a matter of like, we need some humor in our life right now. And because we're just grinding, like literally grinding. Every single day I wake up, every single day I sit here, every single day I email pastors and individuals on support what we're doing. I'm developing, I'm doing podcasts, I'm doing everything I can outside of actually moving to Scotland and doing ministry. And so, and Lisa, she's working full time and carrying a big part of the ministry. So there's that. The other question people have asked is like, where are you at overall, like in the ministry? So God's Not Dead /US is all official. We're not really waiting for anything on that, except for that we're raising general funds for general use. We have a couple people that said, hey, Scotland's nice. We see what you want to do with missionaries, so we'll give you a little bit of money. And I mean a little bit. You know, like somebody's like, give me 25 bucks a month. Yay, we'll take it. And God has already seen it used. Scotland charity, we had contact this last week, and it wasn't a no, it was a revise this and do this. And so that's what we did. Lisa did, I should say. And so she resubmitted that paperwork on Friday. We're hoping to hear back today. And so we can get our charity officiated in Scotland and move forward with all the rest of the stuff there, like getting an official address for the business, all that stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, put them down below. We'll try to answer them the best we can. If you haven't liked or subscribed to our channel, please do. The Coffee with Russ and Lisa, if anything, it'll be sheer entertainment value. And then that first one launches Saturday, November 1st. We are recording a little bit ahead of time because we might be and hoping to be in transit when those are being released. And then that buys us some time to get our new studio set up and to shoot whatever we need to shoot. So if you have any ideas or comments or things that you want to have talked about at the time, right now we're going to be talking about communication. The next set, we're actually kind of putting that more around the 5 love languages. So the first one we're going to be talking about is quality time. So we love you guys. Thank you so much for praying. Sorry for going 11, 12 minutes on a video, but people have been asking and we just want to make sure people know what's going on. Have a good day.